is Joker, Folie, Deux, a movie about the end of the trend of comic book movies? In part, I think yes. Not even considering its failure at the box office, the film's narrative very much fits this argument. From its opening moments to its shocking conclusion, I can definitely understand why so many people were disappointed by this film. So many comic book lovers/loyalists. It was like a spit in the face of the very audience that the film should have been made for. Like the Joker sitting in a comic book convention panel in front of a sea of eager fans, and instead of taking questions, reading The Great Gatsby in its entirety a la trickster comedian Andy Kaufman. But you see, the thing is, director Todd Phillips just wasn't interested in making the movie they wanted. Instead, he made an art film, a depressing musical court/prison drama full of quiet moments, mind-shattering despair, and awkward musical numbers. This is a far cry from anything that Marvel or DC Studios has ever attempted, and for that, I give it a tremendous amount of credit. Even having said all that, I still think that Joker, Folie, Deux is an appropriate sequel to the first Joker film. That first film wasn't exactly a fun romp either. Both films tackle topics such as mental illness, loneliness, and bullying. The second film simply chooses to show the consequences of Arthur Fleck's actions. It is because of this that the film comes off as having no point. What did we just sit through 2 movies for? To see a man live a painful life of abuse and mental illness, shoot a bunch of people, and then watch him pay for his crimes? What is the point of such a masochistic exercise? Who do we root for here? The murderer? His abusers? All that's left is his practically faceless victims. Yet we wind up spending the least amount of screen time with them. I guess the answer to all of these questions would be, it's complicated. In a landscape of underwritten popcorn fluff and soulless Netflix content, I tend to find challenging films like this refreshing. As far as the cast goes, I think that Lady Gaga gives a superbly subtle performance here. As loud as subtle can be, that is. And it's definitely one of her best roles so far. I also believe that Joaquin Phoenix deserves an Oscar nomination, perhaps even the win. He has now had 2 films to live in this character, and this sequel is a rich, devastating delve into the skin and mind of a man lost. His portrayal is simply perfect. The rest of the cast is filled with a colorful group of character actors. They all come off very authentic, and it's mainly because of them that the prison scenes work as well as they do. Seasoned performers Brendan Gleeson and Catherine Keener also appear. I was pleasantly surprised to see both of them and wasn't disappointed in the least. They both treated the material as serious as they would any prison or courtroom drama and turned in top-notch performances. The musical numbers are not meant to dazzle, but instead to serve as inner monologues for the characters, as a voice for their emotions. And because it's such a depressing film, every emotion sounds like someone quietly singing to themselves alone in a room while believing no one else is listening. This is with the exception of 1 or 2 numbers that take place in an elevated fantasy world. A land of daydreams, if you will. I really enjoyed the songs that were chosen for the film. I thought they hit the narrative beautifully. Joker, Folie, Deux is mostly a jukebox musical featuring songs from the likes of Judy Garland and Frank Sinatra. A few of them were even previously used in classic musicals such as Shall We Dance and The Bandwagon. Clips from old musicals starring Fred Astaire also appear in the film. I'd say that overall, director Todd Phillips has impressed me with this film in a way he hasn't before. In this film, I see a true artist and potential auteur to watch.